We'll have highlights from both spots. Also, Timberwolves new owner Glenn Taylor tells us his plans for the franchise. And the Gopher hockey team takes one more turn on the ice before heading to the NCAAs. All that and much more coming up tonight on Minnesota SPTV. Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of Minnesota SPTV. I'm Jim Rich. Well, tonight on the show we'll hear from Timberwolves new owner Glenn Taylor on the eve of his takeover of the team, and he'll tell us the latest on the Kevin McHale takeover. When will he take over the Timberwolves? The former Gopher become the team's new vice president of basketball operations. But we'll begin with the show with day one with the boys' Sweet 16 high school basketball tournament. And what an incredible day of basketball it was. The underdogs came out top dogs, pulling off upsets in the first two Class AA games. First of all, it was Cretin going up against Armstrong at Williams Arena. That was the site of the AA tournament. And Armstrong's John Bryant with the nice one-on-one move and the jumper, and the Falcons built a 20-3 lead in the first quarter. With the first half winding down, Cretin's Tim Roska drives the baseline to bring the Raiders within one at 26-25. Falcons then John Bryant drives and dishes to Brian George, who nails the jumper. And Raiders coach Len Horizga is pretty excited. Well, I guess he's least interested in what his team's doing. Then it's David Devine trying to drive the lane, but he finds no at all as the Armstrong defense tightens up. So the Raiders then go to the outside, and Roska nails the three. Now with 1:25 left, tied at 41, Raiders' Brennan Tolley would hit this three-pointer to give Cretin the lead for good at 44-41. They go on to win it 48-41. Only Armstrong's third loss of the year. Afterwards, Tim Roska said his team wasn't given much of a chance to win, but they wanted to prove everyone wrong.
Everybody said it was going to be North and Armstrong, it was going to be a championship game just in the second round. We kind of took offense to that and want to come in, try and shake some things up a little bit, try and surprise some people and have it out that way.
Yeah, reading the papers the last few days, watching the news, it's always been, who's going to win Robbinsdale, Armstrong, North, and no one counted on us even coming close to this game, and we came in here with the attitude that we had nothing to lose, and we went out and got business done.
From what I heard, we were have a chance. It was going to be Armstrong against North, and the kids heard that, and I don't know if that does anything to kids, but they came out a winner.
All the news stations said that it's going to be them and North in semis, and everyone's that's going to have the championship. It's been like that for us the whole year. We've been the underdogs, and we went out loosey-goosey, just played our game, and we won.
This is what I've been dreaming about my whole high school career, so it just doesn't get any better than this.
Now, earlier in the day, underdog Lakeville battled Cold Spring up in the fourth quarter. Lakeville ball. Todd Hammer spots the seam and takes it in. 52-45 Lakeville. But Ricori comes back here. Wayne Schreiner hits the turnarounder to make it a one-point game, 54-53. Final minute now. Panthers ball up by one. Albert Shepard spots Tim Hammer alone underneath. 58-55 Lakeville. And the Spartan fans were hoping for a miracle, and they get it when Kip Barbie nails this three from way down to tie it at 28. Now 12.3 seconds left. Albert Shepard to Jason Beckendorf to Phil Gardner, who goes strong to the hoop for the game winner. Lakeville gets one more chance at it as they get it down court, and it'll be Joel Torberg with a chance to tie. His jumper, though, is off the iron. It's short, and Lakeville hangs on for the win, 60-58. Afterwards, Gardner talked about his game-winning hoop.
Make the shot, make the shot, make the shot. That's all I can think about. Make the shot. Because we don't want to play them all the time.
Actually, we just kind of wanted two guys to screen across and Phil to come back and post up, and really whoever had something open, if there was an outside shot or whatever, we didn't know what defense they'd be in. We just said, hey, let's do this and get a little triangle set up, and the best Panther shoot it. Whoever gets a good shot, we didn't care who.
We know we got the Class A teams coming up, and they're going to be really tough, a lot tougher than people expect. And
just because we're a AA team doesn't mean that we're better than those Class A teams. I have a lot of respect, and so does the team, for those Class A teams.
Meanwhile, the Davids of the tournament were playing at the St. Paul Civic Center. The smaller Class A teams met head-to-head in the hopes of moving on to the quarterfinal round and a shot at confronting the Class AA Goliaths. Game 1 pitted defending champion St. Agnus against Redwood Valley. Agnus down by 2 under 4 minutes remaining, but Larry Cobbs won't go, but Winfred Booker is there for the rebound, and he puts it back in to tie it at 51. Redwood Falls answered. Luke Jimenez up 15-footer, and the Cardinals were up by 2. Now tied at 53, watch the Aggies crash the board. Lindgren misses, Jawan Taylor misses, but there's Winfred Booker to give the Aggies the lead, 55-53. Last minute, game comes down to 3 throws. The Cardinals missed theirs, but the Aggies didn't. This one by Winfred. Check that, Winfred made it 57-53 with a minute to go. Then this basket by, you guessed it, Winfred Booker puts it out of reach, 61-53 Aggies. The final, 64-53. Winfred Booker, 12 points in the fourth quarter, 17 in the game. Now, even though it's a 2-class tournament, St. Agnes still feels they can win it all again.
We feel great. We know we're back in the tournament last year. We took state. There's only 3 people on that were on the team from last year, and I'm one of them. I'm proud to be on the team again. First time in school's history that we're ever here. Just happy to be back. We struggled in the first half with some rebounds and stuff, but Winfred Booker stepped up and had himself a good game.
Our kids play so hard, and basketball means so much to them that they're not going to take anything lightly as far as a possession goes or a loose ball or a rebound goes, so they're going to go all out all the time.
I think our strong points was probably our defense and our rebounds. We got a lot of putbacks, and that's what made a difference in free throws at the end, definitely.
Now this afternoon, it was the Staples Cardinals against the Caledonia Warriors. This game was close for 3 quarters, but Staples hits this one. Staples trailed by 2. Then it's Sam Kittleson up and over Andy Foster for another 2. Then Lauren Brownwell in trouble, surrounded by the Warriors, but he squirts it over to Eric. Contested 3, Staples led 52-50. Now under 4 minutes left in the game, Caledonia ties it with this 3-pointer by Sam Kittleson. But Eric Kelly answers back with yet another undefended 3-pointer, and Staples would win this ball game 69-63 over Caledonia. And Staples says they're happy to be here at the tournament, but now that they're here, they definitely want more.
We were pretty happy to be down here. We beat Morris. They were #1 team in the state, and we came down here, but we didn't want to fall flat on our face. We wanted to come down here and prove to the state that, hey, us beating Morris wasn't a fluke, and that we can play this game. And we showed it a little bit tonight, but hopefully tomorrow we'll show it a little bit more.
Well, I think our kids worked very hard. Last year, if you look at the Class A tournament, Morris was a state runner-up. They are in our section. And they had very basically everybody back. And what I felt last year, we gave them a good ball game. We lost to them by 5. We just kind of laid out the challenge that, hey, starting in the summer when you guys go to work on your game, that's got to be our goal. We've got to go out with a game plan and with an idea that we're going out to beat the best.
Now on to the night sessions at the Civic Center. Class A play began with longtime power Chisholm facing the fertile Beltrami Falcons. And this was another good game tonight at the Civic Center. Beltrami fans enjoying their trip to state. Chisholm Blue Streaks, though, were in control all the way in this one. Paul Chicoteau, now boy, I tell you, those names from the range. I'm from there, you'd think I would get it, but Chicoteau gets the basket there. He had the 3. Ryan Gast all alone scores on the break for fertile Beltrami, but Chisholm had their way in this ball game. They led it 35-22 at this point, and the Blue Streaks would win this one easily as they go on to win 65-51 over Chisholm, check that, over fertile Beltrami. And afterwards, they had these comments about their win and advancing in the tournament.
You never know when you come here what's going to happen, and it was a very competitive game, and it hung on the edge for quite a while. They've got a good squad, and I think we do too, but it gets a little raggy. Kids are impetuous, and you have to live with that and hope it comes out for you.
Want to continue into the tournament because if you lose, you're out. And we played tough D and put the ball in the hoop, and we pulled it off.
Just practicing hard. We had a goal. We never set goals, but everyone knew our goal was to get the state tournament. So when we got here, we just didn't want to go home early.
Now in other action tonight, it was St. Peter against New London Spicer, and this game would be all Spicer. Here Jamie Swenson misses but follows strong, and he'll score the basket. St. Peter, though, it wasn't a very good night. This was one of their big highlights. A nice jam here as Alex Haas goes the distance, but that was about it. As the first quarter ends, the Wildcats crash the glass, and it's Jeff Miller beating the buzzer as he throws this one up from in the lane, and New London Spicer would be in control throughout. Jamie Svensson gets the turnaround to drop here, and New London Spicer goes on to win this one 73-46 over St. Peter. Now, finally, we're going to wrap up this busy day of basketball with the Class AA session, beginning with the Player of the Year, Nate Holstead, and Monticello battling Duluth East. The Greyhounds in this game were the underdogs, but they came out and had a big game here. Chris Martin's drives misses, but Big Double O comes in and puts it back up for the Greyhounds, and Duluth East led it 49-38. The Monticello Magic hung tough because Nate Holstead's nice shot here. The Greyhounds, though, Coach Bob Kunze says, we got to get on that guy. But Holstead gets open again, and he's able to cut the Greyhound lead to 8 as he leans in and puts it in. It was 50-42 in favor of Duluth, but it came down to free throws for Duluth, and they make it. Willie Adamczak hits them here, and the Greyhounds go on to win 55-47 over Monticello. And the Greyhounds said it was a total team effort that contributed to their victory over Monticello.
I think the key to our ball game tonight was all the bench contributed. Josh got in foul trouble. We just all stepped in and decided to do what part we could to win, and it was a team effort.
We're pretty confident on the free throw line, so when it gets into crunch time and when we start having to shoot free throws, most of our team can make the free throws that we're going to have to shoot. So we're just glad that we could win this game.
And the final game tonight, Minneapolis North against White Bear Lake. Good passing here by North. Jay Washington underneath puts the basket in. Then it's Ozzie Lockhart finding Khalid El Amin in the corner for 3. And North leads this game late in the ball game, 73-52. North is leading that ball game over White Bear Lake. Now, taking a look at how things go in this tournament tomorrow, it'll be crossover play between the A and AA schools. The first game tomorrow at the Civic Center will have AA Lakeville facing single A Staples Motley. Then at 2 o'clock, it'll be the battle of single A teams with St. Agnus against Chisholm. Then tomorrow night, Cretin Durham Hall will face either White Bear Lake or Minneapolis North. Then at 9 o'clock, Duluth East will take on St. Peter. Or check that, New London Spicer, they were the winner of that game against St. Peter. Well, still to come, a new era of